Hi, good morning. A couple of days back हमने बात की थी सत्व या सात्विक प्रकृति की. Next in the same line is rajasic प्रकृति या राजस. राजस को कई बार लोग also मतलब pronounce करते हैं as rajas. It is not rajas, it is rajas. इंसान में तीन तरह के एटीट्यूड्स होते हैं. या तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा फिलोसॉफिकल होता है, या वो लेड बैक होता है, या वो थोड़ा सा डर के साथ जीता है. So the other day what we talked about was being philosophical. Sattvic person is a little philosophical, whereas if you talk about the rajasic person, he is a little laid back. He is a little kind of regality wherein he may not at times take things a little seriously, or if he does, he would take them a little too seriously. So rajasic prakriti, when it comes to just like the other day when we were talking about psychological parameters and psychological behavior, so rajasic prakriti is something wherein the person has very contrasting presentations. In the same given situation, he has a very mood dependent attitude. He may react very strongly, or he may just ignore it. There is no consistency of behavior in a certain way. Then अगर हम राजसिक प्रकृति को थोड़ा सा और इन डेप्थ जाके देखने की कोशिश करें, तो looking at प्रकृति we have 3 or 4 things to look for. और उन 3-4 चीज़ों में जो एक आती है, that is the personal behavior, the other is social behavior, the third is personal habits, and the fourth would be probably the overall impact. So the personal behavior, let's start with that. Personal behavior would be a little careless kind of. जब कहीं जाना है या कुछ करना है या कोई ऐसी चीज़ है, कहीं किसी प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए जाना है, तो the person will be a little up to date to present himself more immaculately, बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोफेशनली, बहुत ज़्यादा अपने को प्रेजेंट करना चाहेगा एज very very neat and tidy and regal kind of. लेकिन otherwise the person will be like what, laid back. ठीक है, जब करना होगा करेंगे, otherwise doesn't matter. That is one thing. Second, उसकी पर्सनल हैबिट्स में आपको ये मिलेगा कि वो जो उसकी अप्रोच होगी, he may be a little spendthrift kind. अगर उसके पास कोई चीज़ें हैं तो he may just part with them without even calculating about it, कि वो अगर दे रहा है किसी को या is donating it, तो उसका नेक्स्ट इम्पैक्ट क्या है when he does not have it. जिसे टिपिकली हम लोग अगर स्टोरी टेलिंग में कहें तो वी रीड इट एज द एटीट्यूड ऑफ अ किंग, कि उसके पास कोई गया, किसी राजा से कोई मिलने गया तो वो खाली हाथ नहीं जाएगा, दैट काइंड ऑफ एन एटीट्यूड. देन उसके टेस्ट, जो पर्सनल टेस्ट होंगे, दे विल बी अ लिटिल शाइनी, दे विल बी अ लिटिल kind of, where when it comes to, he would have a put on kind of an attitude, or try to have a put on kind of an attitude and show off something which may not actually be there. Then part of it can also be कि उसकी fooding habits में he would have a liking for tastes, particularly saltish, sour, and a bit of you can say hot, his drive for such things would be very high. Even his sexual drive will be very high. Uh, when it comes to social habits, he would either be too reserved and वो उन्हीं लोगों से जिनसे वो रेगुलरली मिलता है बिल्कुल नहीं मिलेगा, या उनसे मिलेगा भी तो बातें नहीं करेगा, he'll not talk about anything, and at times he will be super fluent. वो बातें भी कर जाएगा जो प्रॉब्ली उसको नहीं करनी होगी. So he in a way won't be very naive or very cunning. एक गलत नोशन है, कहीं एक गलत लोग इंफॉर्मेशन कैरी करते हैं कि जो लोग रॉयल एटीट्यूड या रीगल एटीट्यूड के होते हैं दे आर वेरी नाइव और कनिंग. नो, दे आर नॉट. दे आर जस्ट नॉट. फॉर दैट मैटर ये टिमिड भी नहीं होते हैं. दे आर नॉट वेरी टिमिड. दे आर रेडी टू फाइट. if they believe they are right, they are ready to fight. And sometimes they commit foolhardiness, as you call it. They would fight it, but they would not calculate if the end result of it. They would fight and even die for it, considering it as valor. So rajasic attitude is much about such approaches to life and things. So even in social settings, they would either want to be the front face or they just won't want to be noticed. So extreme contrasts. Similarly, now after this, after these two basic attributes, let us also look at another aspect of the, because I have covered the remaining 2 points. Between these, there's only one thing to be left to be seen or understood, is the psychological impacts, how these things impact the person. So because of a laid back attitude or a put on and lack of consistency of behavior, the lifestyle and the body, both of the individual, are put to a lot of pressure. The person has a very strong fluctuating character, so his body is over a period of time getting adapted to certain sudden changes to things. These people are emotionally very strong. Even physically, the body is very strong to adapt to different conditions at different points in time. Uh, and this is best noticed if you look across an age span. The youth जो है वो best होता है, because that period when pith is high, that also has raja is high, and pith and raj together are the best and ideal combinations when you look at the rajasic Prakruti. So these people add to things, and these people are contributors. They have leadership qualities, or this phase of life is one where the person is most apt at leading things, leading events. And the longer this stays, the more fertile the brain remains, and he is least prone to reach a phase where he may sort of dissociate himself from life. And a good rajasic attitude, a healthy rajasic attitude, is actually a sign of a long life. Reason, Rajas attitude drives ambition, and ambition drives a positive approach towards working, towards fighting things. In a way, if you look at it, Rajasic attitude is one where uh, adrenaline, one hormone that is produced in the body, has the greatest of roles to play. And along with Pith, Rajas has the longest span in life, right from the transition phase of Saturaj to the transition phase of Rajtam, and in between a Rajas domination. If you look at a 120 years lifespan and divide it in an equitable fashion, this one has the longest span of about 72 years in combination with Pitta. And the roles of Agni, the roles of Rajas, therefore become vital across these 72 years. The more regulated this component of psychological life is, the better the lifespan will be. And not only better, the fact remains that इंसान की life will also be very very healthy, because along with a positive attitude, the person will also drive himself physically, where or mentally or both, where he will be actively working. So the body will always be in motion, in a continuous exercise, and therefore the metabolics, the uh, what do you say, the systems of the body will all be functional in the right direction. The next we'll take up is the tamas lifestyle. The tamas lifestyle is actually a negative lifestyle, and we'll be discussing at length why it is negative and why bad. Uh, that is also a sign of drawing yourself towards the end of life. So it has a very significant value towards it. Very soon I'll be coming up with it. I just once again say that keep visiting this place, keep talking to me, keep posting your questions, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.